Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Floaty Boy regime and our new Scourge friends. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with our one major goal, which of course is to prepare as best we can against the Scourge and try to repel them when they eventually reach our border. Now, thankfully, they do seem to be more active down at the south, more so than near us, but still, that could change at any given moment. They have just grabbed a world here from the Screk. They are destroying systems left and right. They have just grabbed this system, and I think they've taken out this system just now as well. So yeah, the Scourge are doing very well, and right now we don't stand a chance against them. At least outside of our own borders. We really can't repel them. Now, within our own territory, on the other hand, we have a much better chance. Not only is this citadel surprisingly good versus the Scourge with the ion cannons, but also we have a series of bonuses which only apply whilst we're within our own territory. Eventually, we will get things like, if we go down here, Desperate Measures, which increases our home territory fire rate by 40%. We also have Bulwark of Harmony, which is giving us an additional 15% fire rate. Now, after the last video, a few people were a little bit confused about how Bulwark of Harmony actually works, since it is worded a little bit weirdly. When it comes to the effects, only the build ship speed requires you to be in a defensive war with another empire. The ship fire rate simply requires you to be within your own borders. It doesn't matter if you're at war or you're fighting off the Scourge. If we go on over to our fleet, we can take a look at the damage, and there we are, home territory fire rate plus 15%, and then all of the other bonuses I'm currently getting. So with all that combined, we should be okay, as long as the enemy attack here. And of course, we are hard countering the Scourge with our fleets, and we even have Defender of the Galaxy. I feel like we can defend against them, as long as they don't attack multiple fleets at once, which they generally normally don't. They prefer to attack everywhere at once, rather than concentrating all of their force, which is definitely good for us, although they will continue to get stronger and stronger. So, that's exactly what we need to do.
Construction complete.
Well, since it seems like we have a little bit of time, what I'm going to do is send my main fleet, the Federation fleet, over here, and we're going to destroy the Ether Drake. Because any bonuses we can get at the moment is more than welcome, although I can't quite remember what the Drake actually gives us. But still, we want it. Our first actual sighting of the Scourge.
Construction complete.
Well, that's horrifying. Okay, Federation fleet, please move in faster. Now, thankfully, the Drake itself is very vulnerable to the same weapons which are good against the Scourge. As you can probably tell by the fact its health is gone, and it's going to be destroyed by these shots, most likely. Or not. And we lost a battleship. But on the upside, we are the Dragon Slayer. Oh, it's a relic now. Of course it's a relic now. Almost everything's a relic now. And we have Dragon Slayer Monument. Is that just something I can build? Because it's not there instantly, right? Oh, it's a planetary feature. That's cool. Just here's some free Unity. So what does the relic do, other than look awesome? Increases happiness by 10% when active. Passive effects, monthly Unity plus 10%. Now that is lovely. Since we're trying to rush the last set of traditions, that is fantastic. Sorry, Drake. Okay, get your butt back, please. We need you here. Oh, Lord, we need you here right now. Okay, get back as soon as you can. The first fleet should be finished over here, or close enough. Close enough. No, I want to select you. Move over there. Thank you. Science vessel. Quickly survey that, and you get ready to take it. We're going to grab that as soon as we can.
New frontiers established.
So the Scourge made it all the way to here, and then finally turned around. But now they have claimed all this space, they will be back to attack very soon. The sleepers awake. Apparently, these fellows are just woken up. Good timing. Maybe you'll help out with the endgame crisis. This awakened empire believes it needs to protect us from the crisis currently threatening the galaxy. Lovely! Yes, invite into Federation! We get an awakened empire as part of the Legion! That's fantastic!
Construction complete.
Welcome to the Federation, lads. So here's another amazing thing. It turns out, because we have an awakened empire now as part of our Federation, we can use their tech with our Federation ships. So dark matter reactors, dark matter thrusters, the side jump drives. Things are looking a lot better now. Okay, we are moving everything back now into position because that just terrified me.
Construction complete.
It's not attacking us just yet, but there are multiple fleets here, and yeah, at any point they could attack us. The Federation fleet needs to get back as soon as it possibly can. No! What are you doing? They are so dead. Yeah, we can't even move in to help them. There's 3 fleets there. You've just attacked at the worst moment. I was just about to start talking about how I'm so glad that for some reason they're not going this way. They're going every other way, but not this way. Then you just run in there. Yeah, if I tried to help them, we'd just lose our Federation fleet as well. Well, there goes the help from the Awakened Empire.
Research complete.
Smart. Oh my god, I thought they were heading towards us then. Okay. I had a mini heart attack then. Everything's fine. One more fleet rolling out.
Aggressors spotted. Construction
I have
complete.
no idea why they're not attacking us, but I'm so glad. Right now, there's no chance they could break through with just one fleet, but I also think I would lose a lot. Oh no, the Awakened Empire are doing it again! Stop! Stop!
complete.
You're terrible versus them as well. Although you are pretty good versus their armor, you have too much shielding. They're great versus shields. Okay, you're not heading towards us either.
Construction complete.
How about you? They have so many fleets. Oh no. They really don't want to attack us. That's fine by me. A 432,000 fleet is about to arrive.
Battle commenced.
Okay, the Titans have fired. Well, that's just blinding, isn't it? We have a lot of Titans. I wonder how long it will be until these can fire. Oh, there we go. That's really long range. That's fantastic. Not a one-shot kill, though. It's a shame, but still. That's the battleships using their lances. Obliterated. Although I can see several dead ships on our side as well. We lost destroyers, corvettes, and a cruiser. No battleships though, that's the important thing. That's why we're going to focus on battleships. Battleships and Titans. Well, we accept that. Okay. Really need more mining habitats. At this point, our minerals are starting to really wane now. So, remove the mining station here, placing it there, because how habitats work, of course, is that if a habitat is above a certain resource, it will have those types of districts. That's why our mining station, where are you? There we are, actually has mining districts, because this was originally a mineral planet. All the others are just standard. Leisure, trade, habitation.
Side ship tragically lost.
Those Titan shots are amazing.
Construction complete.
I have to say, I think this might be the most aggressive I've ever seen in Endgame Crisis. They have now all but devoured the Skrek. Soon they'll hit over here.
Construction complete.
Then eventually the Awakened Empire, which have been so useful so far. Videos like this, I very quickly realise when recording, will actually have very little footage. I've been waffling on here and there, but honestly, mostly, it's just been micromanaging all the worlds and trying to continue to expand. Which isn't even really having such a huge impact to the numbers at the top, because it's all long-term stuff to make sure I can fight off the Scourge when I eventually go on the offensive. But that could be quite some time before that actually happens, so it's just been build a new habitat. Try to balance the economy, get a little bit more research, make sure your gas isn't going too low, here's some more alloys to feed into all the duelists. Oh look, there's more navy capacity. It's very dull stuff really when it comes to recording. Fun to play, terrible to watch.
Construction complete.
Really close now though to finishing off Domination, then we can pick our final Ascension perk. As I mentioned previously, I was tempted to go into Xenocompatibility instead of Synthetic Evolution. Obviously, now we have Xenocompatibility, we're not getting Synthetic Evolution. It's awesome, but this is just more fun. I like having the Cyborg Psyker leaders. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. You're dead. Should have sent you away earlier. Oh, look at all those shots! Well, at least the first volley just homed in on that one scientist. Lovely. Any battleships lost? No. Once again, only cruisers, corvettes, and destroyers. The market leader is currently the Scourge. I don't think that's right. Hi, Scourge. How are you doing? Oh, looks like we're about to be attacked again. Domination is now finished, and the question is, where do we go from here? Honestly, there are a lot of really good options. Synthetic Evolution now is all but worthless since we have Xenocompatibility. Well, actually, it makes Xenocompatibility worthless. It itself is still very powerful. Synths have a plus 10% output anyway, then you get plus 10% on the robot output from this. That's very powerful, and robots have their own bonuses, while synths have their own bonuses. But, since we've already got really good leaders as it is, and our populations are doing well, that's not as good as it normally is. Master Builder's not particularly good without Galactic Wonders, so it's basically between Galactic Wonders, Arcology Project, and maybe something like World Shaper. We can turn all of our worlds into Gaia worlds, that is fantastic. That's a huge bonus and a bit faster. Arcology Project is also very good, since those planets are utterly amazing. But Galactic Wonders will give us Ring Worlds, the Matter Decompressor, and the Dyson Sphere, and I feel like this is going to go into the long term now, so Galactic Wonders is probably what we're going with. Well, it is what we're going with.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Founding a new home.
Okay, so we've just now started to unlock the tech for the Ring World. So I'm going to have our first Ring World over here, which is going to be fantastic. The original Ring World over here is almost completed as well, so it should be fairly good timing. Also, we now have enough unity that what we can do is this. Where are you? There we are. Megastructure build speed increased by 50%, planet build speed by 100%, and we can have 2 megastructures going at once. Though I suppose for now, though, what we really should do is get scientific revolution, plus 20% research speed and more alternatives. Yeah, since we are doing the repeatables. Gee, I wonder where the enemy tend to get killed.
Construction complete.
Yep, just tearing the enemy apart, and as usual, we lose a corvette and 3 cruisers. Which means now I have to rush to make sure I can fill that gap with battleships. It occurs to me I've never really explained why I go so battleship heavy, and honestly it's not because they counter the enemy more than the other types in terms of how much damage they do, it's purely because of range. If you have an overwhelming force of battleships, you can destroy the enemy long before they get into range to fire at you. However, if you're using corvettes or destroyers or cruisers, anything with a shorter range, although I think with cruisers you could have them all on artillery mode, but either way the point is, if you are using shorter range ships, even if you have the same overwhelming fleet power and perhaps you even do more damage, because you allow them to get into range, they can target down one of your ships at a time, and then you lose ships even in battles where you are overwhelmingly the stronger force. And so you have to keep on topping up ships. I just find this a lot easier to have this battleship wall. Hence why we never lose battleships, because they never get within the battleship's range. They're hitting the corvettes and the cruisers and everything else, which are getting closer to engage. I so love those weapons.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we are building our first ring world over here, and we are finishing off the other ring world which we got given by the Cybrex now. And this is all because we have Architectural Renaissance now activated, which means we can have 2 going at once, which is lovely. And we want as many of these as possible, because honestly, ring worlds are just utterly amazing. Loads of research, or loads of food, or loads of energy, and the more we have, the more powerful we become. The only concern really is minerals, but eventually, we're going to build a matter decompressor over here, which will give us all the minerals we need, and we can always build loads more habitats. We are bunkering down now for the long run. We were so far behind when the crisis arrived, it's going to be a while before we can be truly aggressive, although, in the next video at the moment, it looks like we should be able to start attacking the Scourge themselves. Just pushing back a little bit, taking a station here or 2 just to slow them down, because they are taking over a lot of the world, which is interesting to see. Normally we don't get to that point, so it's something different, I suppose.
Complete.
Okay, one thing I've only just realised is that some of these battleships, I knew they had to be upgraded, but I thought it's just because they still needed the dark matter stuff. They're still using the old school particle lancers. That is 1 level lower than what we're using currently, and what we're using currently is way stronger because of it, so yeah, converting that quickly into a shipyard so that we can retrofit. To be fair though, it's not like we're doing bad with the outdated weaponry. As long as they keep on attacking one by one by one. So, the reason why we're not using the better weapons is because I was trusting auto-upgrade when normally auto-upgrade only really works when you get the new item, and I forgot about that, and so that's why that was going on. Lathrix did a dum-dum. I know, it is surprising that ever happened, but yeah. We need more of everything. Well, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. It may not seem like all that much has really happened, because honestly, looking at the footage, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but honestly, I am really, really happy with how this video's gone in terms of what's happened within it. We have loads of unity now, we are starting to get our megastructures up finally, our Federation fleet is upgrading and soon to be actually pretty darn scary, and our alloys are almost at 1,000 per year. So soon, we're going to have all of these ambitions on, our alloys are going to be able to sustain a much larger fleet section, and we have all of the backup infrastructure, which is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. We are now snowballing, just way later than I'm used to. Hopefully in the next video we can do some things which are more interesting for recording's sake, like attacking the Scourge territory. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Next time, more warfare, and even more micromanagement. Or is it macro, since it's the grand scale of things? I don't know terminology, just focusing on everything.